Okay, today we're going to do 11.8, which is multiplying radicals. And we've already done, we started with 11.6, which was simplifying radicals. 11.7 was adding and subtracting radicals, and now we're going to learn about multiplying radicals. So this is a skill you'll need. Knowing how to simplify radicals is a skill you'll need for your future math classes, so it's a good thing to get some practice with. So before we go into multiplying, I want to practice adding and subtracting because that was like over a week ago. So remember, we can only add and subtract radicals that have the same thing under the same number or the same expression underneath the radical. So we have to simplify our radicals first and then see if they have the same thing under the radical and then add them together. So let's practice here. I'm going to simplify 175. I'm going to break it down. That's the same thing as 5 times 35. That's the same thing as 5 times 7. So I have a pair of 5, so I can take out a 5, and the 7 has to stay underneath. So this simplifies down to 5 radical 7. 63 is the same thing as 9 times 7. 9 breaks down to 3 and 3. So we have a pair of 3's and a 7 stays underneath. So this simplifies down to 3 radical 7. I can then, since they have the same, both have the same thing under the radical, I can add the outside numbers and multiply it times radical 7. So I get 8 radical 7. We'll do the same thing here on B. Simplify first and then see if we can add together. So 48 is really 16 times 3. 16 is 4 and 4. So I have a pair of 4's and the 3 stays underneath. So this will simplify down to 4 radical 3. And don't forget the t, that needs to come down too. 4 radical 3t. We'll break down 243. That breaks down to 81 and 3. 81 breaks down to 9 and 9. So we have a pair of 9's that I can take out, and the 3 stays underneath. So it becomes 9 radical 3. And don't forget the t. I almost forgot the t. The t stays underneath there. And then 3 radical 3t can't be simplified. These all have 3t under the radical, so I can simplify it as 4 plus 9 plus 3 times radical 3t, which gives me a final answer of 16 radical 3t. So that's just a little review before we head into multiplying radicals. That'll be the next video.